Ashley, and welcome to another episode of Destination Putnam. We are here in our Hertz rent-a-car and on our way to Teays Valley Chiropractic to pick up Dr. J.B. Marinacci. Dr. Marinacci's been a chiropractor in Putnam County for a real long time, and so we're excited to introduce him to you and for you to learn more about his chiropractic practice. Let's pick him up.
All right, Ashley.
All right, welcome.
Waiting.
You didn't keep me waiting. Oh, you lost your hat. Might need to adjust the seat.
Yeah, how do I take it?
I don't know. This isn't my car. Well, this is a Hertz rent-a-car.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it.
I guess it'd be on the side. I think up in the front. Mine's up in the front.
Okay.
There we go. All right, we'll just start all over.
You know how to do that?
Yeah, just like this.
That's a lot better.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. We can take a little ride around.
All right.
Take a little ride around. Everybody, this is Dr. J.B. Marinacci with Teays Valley Chiropractic. And you just celebrated 2 years in your new location.
I did. We're very excited.
Yeah. How long have you owned Teays Valley Chiro?
I actually purchased Teays Valley Chiropractic in 2006.
2006.
Yeah. So somebody better with math than me could figure that out really fast.
That is the year I graduated high school, so we're not going to do that math.
Okay. Right.
We're just going to let that one. Just let the people figure it out. You know, they don't need to know how old I am, but they need to know that you are a long-standing, reputable chiropractor in Putnam County.
Well, thank you.
That's what they need to know. That's all they need to know.
19 years. 19
years. That's right. So, did you always want to be a chiropractor?
I did. I had a lot of interest in it.
Yeah.
As a young person, and in high school, I had a chiropractor that treated me for sports injuries, and he was a very good friend of my father's, and so I was around it a lot. So I had a lot of interest in it from that.
Yeah. What is one of the things that you love most about it?
I love that it's a way to help people without the use of drugs and surgery, and I like to think we're it's pretty easy to get in and do conservative management and not go the other route first. It's a good first choice.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. It's a good first option to see if you can, before having to undertake, a surgery or something like that. So
or expensive testing.
Yeah.
I think we keep a lot of people from having to pay for a lot of expensive testing that, their problems resolve with conservative care. And then we're skilled enough to know, where our scope is. And, we got a lot of great other providers around here that we refer to if we don't feel like it's something that we can help them with.
Yeah, absolutely. So for people that aren't familiar with like chiropractic care, kind of what is the process? Like if somebody, do they need to have a referral? Can they just call and make an appointment?
Yeah, so we're considered primary care physicians in West Virginia, so you do not need a referral. You can call the office. We can check benefits to make sure, and tell you exactly up front what your obligation is going to be. And I think that's one of the big benefits of what we do is you don't have to have a referral.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're trained to know, just like your family doctor is, whether or not something might be out of our scope of practice. And, like I said, we got great physicians that we can refer to if we think we need to.
Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to just general like chiropractic, there also is massage options available.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have massage therapists. We actually have 5 now.
Yeah.
And it is a big part of our practice and goes with more of the holistic approach. A lot of people get a lot of benefit out of massage.
Yeah.
We have over 600 muscles in our body, and we tend to get stressed and tensed, and that tends to, dampen our health a little bit. So that's a big part of what we do.
Absolutely. What do you love most about practicing in Putnam County?
Well,
because you're not originally from here, right?
Right. I'm from Huntington originally. Yeah. I love our area very much. I've raised my family here. I've lived here now for probably 20 years.
Yeah.
And, it's just a great community. There's great people here. You know, we see it all the time. You know, when things happen here, the community steps up and comes together, and I really couldn't imagine myself being anywhere else other than here.
Other than here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Maybe on a beach somewhere
Well,
as a snowbird. But
I guess this time of year is.
Yeah.
It's still beautiful here, but
Absolutely.
sometimes the cold can be a little much. But what in all? I know you can't, talk about. Well, I don't even know how to answer that. I was going to ask you about, was there a time in your career where you really felt you had a patient that you just truly felt fulfilled? Obviously, we can't talk about the patient, but or anything like that. But being a chiropractor for so long, I'm sure that day after day it kind of becomes a little bbit repetitive. So what are is there like a specific story or something where you were really able to help a patient that made you feel like, oh, you know what, I'm doing the right thing here?
Yeah, that's tough because, like you say, I think you see it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I think the longer you do something like I've done, you see it more. And probably when I notice it more is if I do go out of town or something. I always get those calls like, I really missed you, which always makes you feel good, so it lets you know that you are helping people.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, I can't think of anything specifically.
That would be a hard question too, because we don't want to talk about specific patients. But
I did have a little girl one time. This came up this week. She failed her hearing test in kindergarten, and we worked on her. And I saw her grandmother when she was in 5th grade. And she told me she never had another ear infection. And that her hearing was totally normal.
Yeah.
And it all dealt with the fluid that was in her ear and stuff, but that was always, it came up this week because one of my staff members' kids had some ear problems. So that's something that we do that a lot of times people don't think about.
Yeah, that was another question I was going to ask, was as far as people that are not familiar with chiropractic care, what are some things that maybe if they're hesitant about it, because sometimes when people think of chiropractor, they think of popping, cracking, all that kind of stuff. But what are some things that you could tell them, to kind of ease their mind, to maybe persuade them to to try chiropractic care?
Well, I hear it a lot in the office, so I think people have certain perceptions, and obviously there's a lot of videos out there, and it does show a barbaric approach. Yeah. And I think the thing is there are lots of techniques, and some of them are softer than others, and we just try to, per the patient, we try to do what's best for that patient. Yeah. So obviously a much older person, we would have to be much more gentle, maybe use more passive treatments as opposed to the manipulative treatments. And so, not everything works for everybody, so we have to have a little bit of everything to help people. But I get patients all the time that say to me, oh, I thought this would be much worse. I was really hesitant, or I'm very nervous about coming in. And I always try to assure them that everything we do in the office should be comfortable. Yeah. And, there's really not anything that we're going to do to you if you're not comfortable with it.
Oh, for sure. And I think that's kind of the key. And, obviously I'm a big proponent of chiropractic care, as I am a patient of yours.
I appreciate that.
I am a patient of yours, but I will say, just on a personal referral, I was having headaches, and I don't have them anymore. So that's kind of a cool thing, and I don't have to take Tylenol all the time.
That's good, and that's better for you too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not one of the types of chiropractors that think medicine is not an option. I believe in the whole scope of practice. Yeah. And like I said, I think it's just a great first choice. And there are times where we have to do other things, and that's just what we have to do. But
sure, the body is a little,
right.
It's not a simple system.
That's right.
There's not one cure for everything, or we'd all be, much better off. But there's a lot of advantages to it, and I think that it's important that people, explore all their options. So, well, how do people get a hold of you?
So they can call the office, obviously, 304-757-7266. You can also get us, you can message us by email on our website, teaysvalleychiropractic.com.
Yeah.
And that's probably the easiest two ways to get a hold
Oh
of
yeah,
us.
you can get in super quick too if you call the office. They're always really easy to
always
accommodate.
feel like if somebody calls, they're hurting, so we do our very best to get them in as soon as we can.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you riding along in Destination Putnam with us.
It was great.
Great to have you. Great to have you. Thanks again to Hertz Rent-A-Car as well as our friends at CBI for making all Destination Putnam possible. See you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you.